Welcome to HiveSwap Friendship Simulator, Volume 1. My friend Fugly G got this game for me. I don't know why he did. I assume that guy right there is me, so let's go. It's another dating sim. As you guys know, in early January I played Doki Doki Literature Club. You have just crash landed on a planet called Arternia and staggered from the smoldering wreckage of your ship. You are now alone in a completely strange world. Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibility of a bit of medical attention. But most of all, you are desperate for friendship. Won't somebody on this godforsaken rock be your buddy? Any weirdo will do. You're not that picky. Hang on. What's this now? Is someone approaching? Oh shit, I can actually fucking choose, can't I? Let's go with this girl. Yes, someone is approaching. A strange gray-skinned alien, clad in blue. Perhaps they will make for a good friend. Our data. AR data. Our data. Dear God. And just what are you supposed to be? Your stammering reply conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in some need of medical treatment. You are also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Oh my. What a bitch. Oh, how funny this is. How very droll, you. You want to be my friend? It's too much, this thing at my doorstep, wishing to know me in any capacity. The hilarity somehow escapes my ability to capture them with my maniac laughter. How rare. You apologize for your presumptuous request. You hang your head, turn around, and begin to walk away. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Who invited you to leave? You stop in your tracks immediately. Turn to face her again. Your possibility broken ribs are throbbing in pain. But this does not strike you as the right moment to exhibit weakness. It dawns on me that we may have gotten on the wrong saunter pod. Where are my banners? Ghastly behavior on my part. After all, it isn't your fault you seem to be some sort of hideous freak, is it? Such a tragic creature cannot be held responsible for such a devastating shortfall of social competence. I would weep for you, really, except that crying out of three eyes gets a bit messy, so instead I think I'll be saving my tears for someone less offensively worthless. You aren't sure if she's inviting you inside or if she got you to stay a little longer, or so she could insult you some more. You try to remain stoic, while your confrontational new friend decides what to do with you. Unfortunately, you sniffle slightly. Oh. Oh dear. You're sad? So amusing to me, mildly endearing, even. Perhaps I'll decide later if it's endearing. Once I have more information, it's entirely possible that retroactively decide it's disgusting. But for now, try and put yourself at ease. You completely pitiful fool. No, not one more sniffle. Do you understand? You nod while practicing exemplary control over your nose. You've gotten yourself so agitated. I wonder why. You have nothing to worry about from me. Of course I will be your friend. Conditionally, I mean, there is a chance designation will be formalized if you behave in any ways that I'll approve of starting now. Let's call it friendship in progress, agreed? Your heart swells. This is what you've been waiting for, new friend. Oh gosh, all you have to do now is try and not fuck anything up at all. Possibly for many hours. Come to my hive this way after me. You look like you could use some nourishment. I don't know what it is whatever you are eats, generally, but it doesn't matter. You will eat whatever it is I have on hand. If I tell you to, how does that sound? How does it sound? Sounds fine, I guess. Get the fuck out of my face and never come back. Oh, did I say the wrong fucking thing again? Every time in dating sims, I always say the wrong thing. You'll enjoy everything that I provide you with and tell you to do. I can't imagine any sort of negativity or disagreement coming from one of my friends. I assume that we will share this philosophy when it comes to friendship. You say, oh yes, absolutely. You nod enthusiastically as you can without aggravating your broken ribs. Considering giving her a thumbs up until you realize one of your arms is probably broken too. You try and make sure that she doesn't notice, though. It probably would leave a bad impression. Come with me, there's something I need your help with. You follow her into her hive. It's a bit gloomy in here. You suppose she's going to fix you something to eat soon as promised. You pass through her kitchen and out the other side to another room. Okay, you guess dinner can wait. This way, not to let any of your broken Try not to let any of your broken limbs slow you down. A good friend wouldn't allow such trifling physical ailments to cause me any inconvenience. Oh, so you guess she does know you're injured? Fair enough. You hobble a little faster through another door into a much darker room and now down a flight of stairs. It's hard to see. There are torches on the walls. A monstrous noise rumbles below. Don't mind her. She's just hungry. She's always hungry, though. What's that? You're hungry, too? I have not forgotten. What sort of piece of shit friend do you take me so far? Big Sam. You didn't remind her that you're hungry. You thought it, though. Can she read your mind? You hope not. That's going to make this friendship in progress a bit awkward. Here we are. This is where you'll be most useful to me as a friend. Oh, I see. She's a photographer. You look around. With a sense of relief, you see no sign of whatever hungry thing was grumbling down here. You are less relieved to see several other kids trapped in cages of various shapes and sizes. One of them makes eye contact with you. The boy is the same kind of alien as her, horns and all. He has a dark red symbol on his shirt. His expression seems to plead with you. He struggles to say help. Your new friend looks unamused and twitches her finger. Help-lo, he says. Help-lo, by which I mean hello, of course. Looks like you're the new friend in progress chosen by the great and beautiful Adrada. She is my savior for my reason for being. I am nothing without her. I'd hollow myself out and let her make a nest inside of me if she'd permit it. You turn away from this boy. You don't want to hear anything he has to say ever again. Don't mind him. He's always regarded himself as a comedian. Oh, is it that guy? That guy from HiveSwap Act 1? Oh, does he get trapped at the end of the game? Oh, shit. Come over here. This is what I'll need your help with if you're going to have any value to me as a friend. You're led to a dark, dank corner. Dank? Well, you're going to call it like you see it. This is this dungeon. Your new friend has a dungeon full of sad, suffering children, presumably a monster lurking somewhere in here as well. It's not ideal. Then again, social beggars like you can't be choosers. I've been having an awful time with it. You can do it. It will save me some time. You look at the thing in question. You doubt she's been having an awful time with it. You doubt that this because it's still in its box, looking completely untouched since it was brought down here. A box containing a table. A table that honestly looks like it was designed to keep a person strapped to its surface. I will need you to assemble it. Here's a screwdriver in case you need it. I will assume the other required tools are contained within the box. You take the screwdriver with your non-broken arm. This isn't exactly what you had in mind. You don't know what you had in mind, really. A warm meal, a friendly banter, perhaps a sling for your arm, a remediable balm for your ribs. Still, you open the box without protest. Hold on, before you start, this will make for excellent content. My fans will appreciate this. She sets up a video recording device on a tripod pointed at you. A video feed comes to life on several monitors just behind you. See in the corner of the room. Oh, is she a streamer or something? What other rectangles? You suppose cameras are pointing at them too. You had no idea this friendship came with perk of instant stardom. Now you may begin. She's suddenly sitting in a comfortable-looking chair facing you, holding a chalice, swishing around some vicious liquid it contains. You have all the parts spread out on the floor, organizing according to their labels and in the instructions. You try to remember the last time you assembled something like this. You don't recall enjoying it. To be perfectly honest, this doesn't look like it'll be fun at all. She frowns conspicuously. Oh, how sad for you. I'm sorry, this activity is not to your liking. You reassure her vigorously that no, it actually looks amazing. You love shit like this. It's what you were born for, you say. You swoosh the screwdriver around, demonstrating your plainly evident skill with the tool. Forget the thing you just thought. Completely arbitrary and wrong thoughts pop into your head all the time. It meant nothing, you swear. Yes, I hear that a lot. Continue. You open a little bag full of screws. Jesus, there are like 50 screws to this thing. Wow, that's a funny little IKEA reference. Each one requires an alien wrench. Does this even come with an alien wrench? Instructions seem to suggest it does. You look around, but don't see one. Did you open the bag too forcefully? Did the alien wrench go bouncing off into a dark dungeon crevice nearby? Maybe you lost some of the screws too, damn it. You begin to sweat, looking around nervously. You check underneath one of the parts. No, it's not there. You grip the screwdriver a little tighter. You wonder what to do next. Your broken arm isn't making this any easier. You favor the other one. Prop pieces into place precariously, leaning against each other. You nudge them into position with your legs. The screws hold the line. It's really frustrating work, you're not going to lie. You are twisting the first screw. The grooves slip and the screw gets stuck, but you've already turned it too tight. Now it's hard to get it out. You twist reverse harder, but your fingers slip. The table pieces start to slide. They're going to fall. You reach to catch them, but it's too late. The heavier piece tips over and slams you in the broken ribs on its way to the floor. Hits the floor with a bang. The stuck screw pops out and bouncing 10 or 15 feet away, settling deep underneath a piece of dungeon furniture. God, you're probably going to need to get that. You hear a light chuckle. Good. She takes another sip from her chalice and settles even more comfortably into her chair. Is she enjoying this? You think she's enjoying it, watching you struggle. Is this stupid thing put together, maybe a little too much. Nevertheless, you continue. A friend is a friend, and you don't like to let your friends down. You've committed yourself to this project. You will get the screw out from under there a bit later when you need the final screw. You turn your attention back to the table pieces in a different strategy. You place the biggest part, the table platform, flat on the floor. The legs would be pointing upwards if they were attached. You position one leg in the right spot, in alignment with the hole. Sit on the table platform and steady the leg with your feet. Grab another screw and concrete. She sounds so pleased. It's strange. You admit for watching this sort of activity makes someone so happy, but you also have to admit to taking certain pride in it. It's wonderful to actually feel useful, wanted, important, even if only somewhat maniacally. To a great new friend who has discovered a way for your talents to improve her life. Out of the corner of her eye, you notice one of the caged kids reaching out with his hand. He's concentrating. Then you notice the screw that you had lost slowly slide out from underneath its hiding place. Nice, everyone's working like a team down here. Her dad does not look at the kid, but sneers a bit. She reaches towards him and he appears to have trouble breathing. After a moment, you notice the screw slowly slide back under the thing. She releases him from his breathing problems, resumes her pleasant expression, and takes another sip from the chalice. You guess that was against the rules. You decide to make note of it. Your friend runs a tight ship down here. You respect that. About an hour later, you have all 4 legs on, plus some other accoutrements attached. You wrestle mightily with the thing to get it upright, using only your good arm. She seems to have forgotten about the final missing screw. You doubt the table needs it. You decide that you won't bring it up if she won't. You give it a test. It's pretty wobbly since you were only able to tighten the screws on it with your bare fingers, but then again, she doesn't seem to mind. She reclines and has a look on her face which makes her appear absolutely enamored of your hammerwork. She has finished her drink. The chalice is on the side table. Some awful-looking thing crawls along the floor towards her. It looks like some sort of spider the size of an average dog. Its abdomen is preposterously large. Actually, you think it's a huge tick? That's what it looks like. It settles in front of her. She puts her legs on top of it and crosses them. It settles under their weight and grumbles. Let's try it out, shall we? You shrug and sit down on the rather rickety table. You're about to lie down, but she interrupts you. That's not what I meant. Get up. You stand up, embarrassed. Again, without looking at the caged kid, she raises an arm towards him and beckons. He stares blankly and opens his own cage, which apparently wasn't locked. He shuffles vacantly over to your table and lies down on the surface. She looks at you unexpectedly. You aren't sure what to do. What? You didn't think I'd be playing table stickball on that thing, did you? You aren't sure what table stickball is. Oh, you really are pretty simple, aren't you? It's like a miniature version of arena stickball, played on a table. Got it? You don't, but you nod. Now get to it. You shackle the kid's arms and legs to the table. That seems to be the right thing to do, since the thing is come fitted with shackles. She gets up and lifts her huge tick-like pet. It makes more grumpy noises. She plops the enormous thing right down on the kid's chest. He appears rendered unable to protest. The tick bites the boy's neck and begins to feed. She smiles and pats its swelling abdomen. Dark rust-colored blood dribbles from the place where it has attached to the boy's neck. Moments go by. While she looks gratified by the process, proud almost, she looks at you unexpectedly. Well, you don't know what she means. The final screw. Aren't you going to retrieve it and screw it into wherever it needs to go? The job isn't done. I don't keep the company of many individuals who leave things unfinished, don't you know? Of course, what were you thinking? You should have known that your friend wouldn't let that go unnoticed. Actually, you feel like an idiot thinking you would. You stoop very low to the ground on your knees, placing your cheek just above the floor. You peer under the large edifice. It's dark in there, and goes back a ways. Lots of room for that darn little screw to roll. Blah, blah, blah. You slide it under the table. There's mechanic wood with a car. There it is. The table is creaking and wobbling quite a bit now. The tick is really getting into its dinner, it seems. All the screws in the table have added up to a lot of giveaway and leeway to the overall stability of the furnishing. Maybe the final screw will help. This is very good material today. Not often that I can provide content of this caliber to my subscribers. Ain't that a fucking fact? Go on, complete your project. This will be very good. You still think it's weird that she likes watching you put furniture together so much, but you're not one to judge friends. Sounds like a great way to lose friends, honestly. You screw in the final screw, but the stresses on the table are causing the holes to be misaligned. This won't be easy. A huge tick shifts its grotesque body above you, causing the table to creak loudly. You nervously slide halfway out from under the table to check it out. There's a loud pop, and the sound of scraping metal. 6 or 7 screws shot out of the desk like rivets in a sinking submarine. What a piece of shit this thing is. You think a little too late. You really needed that alien wrench. All 4 legs splay dramatically out from underneath the table at once, like a baby deer on ice. The table platform comes crushing down on your lower torso, breaking your pelvis. You bellow in pain and flail to burst yourself out. Shit. You forget that you're still holding onto the screwdriver. You're still holding the screwdriver in your deep, desperate flailing. You plunge the screwdriver into the fat abdomen of the tick, which begins gushing rust blood with great force, spraying your entire upper body and face. The beast starts thrashing wildly and screaming. You can't see your new friend due to the blood in your eyes, but you can't imagine she's thrilled about what's going on here. Your annihilated pelvis is in perfect agony. You have to get your miserable torso out from underneath the shitty table. You have an idea. With your broken arm, you start slapping the big ass of the screaming tick. While yelling, "Yee-haw!" you clutch the screwdriver handle with your other hand hard. The blood-gushing monster starts kicking and rearing the last stuff across the dungeon floor like a pig at a rodeo. You hold on to dear life, still blind, but your plan works. You've been pulled out from underneath the tomb that you spent the last hour constructing for yourself. Your pelvis is in ruins, but at least you're free now and riding like the wind. As you and the blood-spewing tick go tearing around the room and crashing into stuff, you hear a boy crying. You guess Ardata has become distracted enough by your foolish display to cease her paralyzation method on him. Or maybe distracted is the wrong word. Maybe she's disappointed by your foolishness. Oh god, you might be blowing it right now. The tick swerves suddenly and starts running up the stairs. Ow, 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 ow. Your brittle pelvis feels every step on the way up. It careens through the rest of the hive, crashes through the front door, and then comes to a sudden halt. You're catapulted violently towards its backside, sail 50 yards into the air. Ka-choo! You land on your ass, wipe the blood from your eyes. Okay, that was embarrassing enough. Everyone makes mistakes, right? You can still salvage this friendship. You know you can. You turn back to her to look at her hive. Ardata is standing in front of the door with a furious look in her face. She's flipping you off. You will not be my friend. Shit. Hold on, before you start this, we'll look for excellent content. Wait, those are not innocent thoughts. Shut it down, shut it down. Oof. Stabs into your leg and buckle over, tumbling backwards down the stairs. You're a crumpled heap at the bottom of the stairs, bleeding, and you think your arm is broken in 2 places now. That didn't seem very friendly to me. Luckily for you, I'm determined to make relationships work, even ones with people who flee simple furniture or assembly projects. She stands over you. You attempt to pull the screwdriver out of your leg, but your entire body locks up. You can't move. She holds an outstretched hand just above you. You shouldn't try to move yet. You shouldn't try and pull out the screwdriver. To my 3 little eyes, under the present conditions, it seems to me that the only one of us should attempt walking up these stairs. You feel relieved. Perhaps she has some alien means of levitating you up the stairs. Wait, no, your body is sensing up again. It's moving without your permission. You get to your feet, taking the screwdriver out. Wow, that hurts. Is she making you wait? What? She can't be. Wow, it's fucking low quality. You use both your arms, all your strength. You pick her up entirely. The pain from your arm is extruding. Arms with broken bones are not meant for heavy lifting. The additional weight on your wounded leg isn't great either. You hold her as a groom would hold a bride. She wraps her arms around your neck, hang on you. It strikes you as an overly familiar manner. She looks directly into your eyes and grins. This is better. Now onward and upward, my new friend. Your legs begin to operate without your consent. They wobble and struggle under the weight. The wound throbs. You lumber back up the long flight of stairs, carrying her all the way. You take her back to the table and set her down on a chair that's seated at a table. You didn't think I'd forget about dinner time, did you? Let's put your unfriendly behavior behind us. It's a good thing for you that I'm benevolent enough to overlook disgusting acts of betrayal. You may have noticed I keep several friends in my hive who I have similarly forgiven. Consider the transgression blood beneath the abattoir. You exhale. Now that she mentions it, yes, you are hungry. Maybe a warm meal will lift your spirits and get this heretofore turbulent friendship back on track. Maybe you'll even get the chance to pull the screwdriver out of your leg. I thought he already pulled the screwdriver out of his leg. You pull out a chair and attempt to sit down, but your legs lock up, then you stand again. Apparently this is not the right thing to do. Oh, but why are you sitting? There's cooking to be done. You stagger maniacally over to the fridge and open it. You pull out a large hawk of some sort of alien mystery meat and put it on the counter. With your broken arm, you reach in anguish for a big dangling meat cleaver. You chop the hawk, wincing with each swing of the cleaver. You place the sliced meat in a frying pan, sear it lightly, and serve it on a plate with very rare, just the way your new friend likes it. You didn't know that's the way she likes it, but you surmise this is what she prefers in piece of meat, since technically she is the one doing the cooking. You put it on the table in front of her, along with a fork and knife beside it. Your muscles relax as you apparently are allowed to control your own body again. She does nothing except for look at you and with a pleased expression. You eye the meat in front of her, and then meat on the counter and the chair on the other side of the table. What should you do? Prepare a plate for yourself? Is this what she wants you to do? Well, looks like you're confused. Isn't it obvious what to do next under your own volition? A good friend would know what to do. I don't think a good friend would take nearly as long to decide what the right thing to do is. It actually seems to me a very rude friend would hesitate for as long as you are hesitating, or perhaps someone who is not a friend at all. You begin to sweat again. You clearly don't have much time to make up your mind. If you waited for a few seconds longer, you'll probably be guilty of being a bad friend, maybe a dreadful one. That's the type of person you like to think you are. What will you do? There's only one option. This feels like the only obvious thing to do. She's looking up at you quite expectantly. You reach for the fork with your good arm. You can't do it. This armor is much less serviceable when the muscles are not being forced via psychic override to disregard the pain response. Nevertheless, she looks at you patiently and smiles. That's very nice of her, you think. Not to be mad about it. You feel like you're growing closer to your new friend by the minute. You put the fork down and pick up the knife with your good arm. You cut the meat into several pieces with a careful sawing motion. You put the knife down and pick up the fork and stab a piece. You put it close to her mouth. She seems pleased. Very good. Nice technique. Well-sized morsels, too. She chews the meat with excellent form. She has very good table manners, you think. When she finishes a piece, you slice off some more and continue. The meat looks very good. Your mouth is watering, but she doesn't offer anyone. Well, when it's the right time for you to eat, you're sure she will let you. The meal is finished. There's no more meat except for a few pieces of unchewable gristle, which you do not try to feed her. That'd be thoughtless. Very bad service. She reclines and steeples her fingers, looking quite pleased with how the evening has gone so far. You aren't sure why she's laughing. Did you do something funny? What a fool. You point at yourself, wondering if she's referring to you. You don't know what you've done that was foolish. If so, you are also still not sure what she finds so amusing. She pauses her laughter for a minute or two, then slowly begins to frown. A faint blue tear rolls down her cheek from her bottom eye. She puts her face in both of her hands and sobs quietly. You have no idea what to do about this. You stand there, still holding the fork, feeling a bit useless. There's a lot of pressure, you know. Being so respected and admired for high status in this world. I didn't ask for this to be superior to so many. Much is expected of you. Much is presumed about what your personality would be before you even develop one. You work hard. You build a brand based on what only people think you assume should be like. Sometimes I wonder, am I even that good at being sinister? Could I be more sinister if I tried harder? Maybe this is not my true calling at all. You begin to offer words of sympathy. This seems heartbreaking to you, your poor new friend, but your jaw muscles contract and your mouth shuts involuntarily. You guess it's not your turn to speak yet. Okay, that works for you. You like to be a good listener to your friends. But what would happen if I changed my brand, if I stopped being so sinister online? All my friends and followers will deride and reject me. My superiors will eat me alive. If I show weakness, if I scale back on my bloodthirsty content, will I incur the scorn of a wise-ass clown on 100 million subscribers? Will I be in a cage someday listening to a fucking fool honk his horn for likes? No, I must persist. How lonely it is to know that is all I can do until the day I can leave this planet. I have no material or sensory comforts left for me here. Until I can get on a ship and fly away, pain ills my only solace. Your hand holding the fork grips tighter. You're horrified to realize what this is in the process of doing. Oh my god. You bring it down hard on her hand, which is placed flat on the table. She doesn't flinch or react in any way. 3 trails of cerulean blood flow from the tines where they pierce her skin. That wasn't very friendly, you think, but then again, you weren't the one who did it, so you're confused. My subscribers are not real friends. They adore me for only my sinister content. They'll show me the show I provide, my wicked and infectious laughter. I'll get I get jealous of them sometimes because they get to watch my content. It must be thrilling, I think, but maybe. Maybe I'm just jealous of them because they get to be people who aren't me. This is fucking deep, I know. Apologies if you cannot relate. She pulls the fork out of her hand and lays it up gently on the plate of gristle that you didn't feed her. People downstairs in their cage aren't my friends either. They act like they're my friends, though sometimes I even believe it. But they really don't want to be friends with me. Nobody does. The only person who has ever tried to be my friend, who's tried to be, is you. You clear your throat and point at yourself innocently. That's it, I've decided. You've passed the test. You will become my friend officially. As such, I think a reward is in order. You are overjoyed. Your heart starts racing. You can't believe it. A new real friend, but you don't have much time to enjoy this achievement. Your body is doing something again. You bend down in a strained motion and pick up the plate and fork. You position to the plate. Eat and open your wide mouth and scrape in all the remaining gristles and begin chewing. It's virtually inedible, but your mouth humors the act of chewing for 2 seconds, then you swallow it whole in one painful gulp. Tastes like friendship. Yay! I did it. Hello, everyone. I'm Spratical. Let's start. Yo, just crash landed. We've already been through all this part with the last episode, so. We already did her. So let's do Demian. Yes, someone is approaching a strange gray-skinned alien with a cozy-looking hoodie. Perhaps they will make for a good friend. What's up? Oof. Hang on, sorry, I didn't get a good look at you before I started talking. I guess you're really weird looking. I'm kind of uncomfortable about this. Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in some need of medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Hungry, huh? I see what your game is. You aren't sure what he's talking about, then your eyes drift towards the obvious target. The exquisite-looking hot dog he's holding, it looks really, really good. Your mouth starts watering noticeably. Oh, no. I knew it. You're just like all the rest. Your agenda is to have me relinquish my delicacy. Well, forget it. I've been tricked out of 2 other oblong meat products this week already. I know you're probably thinking I'm an easy mark due to my blood color, but I still have some dignity at least. You don't know anything about his blood color or why that would matter in this conversation about his hot dog. You're hungry, sure, but you didn't mean to cast a threatening gaze at his meal. All you really want to do is make a new buddy, so you don't feel quite alone in this strange new world. I see. You just want a friend, not my sweet meat. Sorry, I get a little paranoid walking around with such delicacies in public. Then don't fucking take your delicacies in public, you fucking Damien. You can't be too careful. Folks tend to get that greedy look in their eyes when they're around my warm sausage. There are odd ways to express the things he's saying, you think, but it would be rude to point that out. Probably best to change the subject. Get this blossoming friendship moving in the right direction. Yeah, I mean. My place was bombed by drones a while ago. Now I don't have a hive, but I'm making it work out here. Foraging for tasty things when I can. I've gotten pretty good at it. Talking to people into giving me meat products, I mean. Do you really feel a sense of pity for your new friend? You thought you had it rough, crash landing here, hungry and friendless, and come to think of it, feels like your arm is broken? Your ribs too, maybe, but enough self-pity. It's about making a new great friend. You ask your friend if there's anything you can do to improve his life. Oh wait, we are friends now. Is that official? Man, I don't know. Why don't we slow it down a bit, see how things go? I'm not saying it's out of the question, I just think we should take some time to see if you're actually friendship material. That's what I know, it's just a not looky-loo gunning for my delicacy. Oh damn, you got right over your skis again. Of course he's right, totally unreasonable. You feel sure you can do what it takes to win him over. You make a mental note of avoid looking or mentioning his dog since it seems to be such a sensitive subject. You do everything in your power to avert your gaze from the hot dog. You are aggressively not looking at it. In fact, you don't think hot dog thoughts. Don't think hot dog thoughts. It's working. You aren't thinking about hot dogs at all. It's like it's not even holding one. No one ever brought it up in the fact that hot dogs exist. He seems to notice some primal level your current non-hot dog mindset. He smiles. You pay closer attention to the boy's face. It's a new smile he has. Actually, very kind, disarming, few freckles here and there. A mop of messy hair draping over his eyes. What a nice friend this would be to have, you think. He's kind of adorable, really, if you disregard the prickly attitude about his hot dog. Okay, wait a minute. You don't want to start thinking about hot dog thoughts. Yeah, that's too friendly. You should dial this down a little. Stick to basics. You just want a cool new friend, nothing more. You should try and spark up more non-meat related conversations soon before things get awkward. You wonder about his house. Got bombed? Yeah, you know. Routine drone passed through my hood. A little bombing, a little culling. That's how it goes around here. I was a lucky one. My Lucis, not so much. He's a goner. Rest in peace. You don't know what a Lucis is, but you can deduce it was someone important to him, who probably died in the bombing. Rather than overwhelm him with annoying questions about his culture, you decide the right thing to do is play some sympathy. Thanks. I miss him. Sometimes I think. I enjoyed Savely Bun Delights as a way of covering up the pain. They are so good it's hard to stop. Also, I flavored juicy meats before he died anyway. That's something we did together. Sniff. How do we start talking about my hot dog once more? Let's drop it, please, dude. Don't bring it up again. You didn't bring it up, but you don't want to correct him. This boy is clearly grieving. You see 2 faint red tears roll down his cheeks from behind the messy bangs. Your heart can't take it. You have to console this homeless boy somehow. Then he'll definitely be your friend. But what to do? You keep it simple. Paddle back a couple of times. Everything's going to be okay. You're his new friend, or at least working towards earning that status. He has a new ally to help him with whatever comes his way. He wipes his tears and appears to get himself back together. Your friendly gesture worked. You're right. I shouldn't let this pass me down. In a way, I'm free. I'm off the grid. They probably think I died. No need to worry about the knocks at my door because I don't have a door anymore. Maybe I can live off the land for the rest of my life. Scoundering for sumptuous indulgences wherever I may find them. By rummaging through awful drums and smooth talking the right mark. Sounds like the life, honestly. I'll miss my Lucis, but I think he would be proud of me. If I can make it work without him, I can survive on my own. I know that he would be proud. Maybe I don't even need to leave the planet. Maybe I can avoid taking the ordeals altogether. Can't test who you can't find. If I play my cards right, I can probably live to the ripe old age of this planet without getting caught. I like hiding in alleys and sewers, scraping together just enough succulent proteins to keep myself going. Honestly, I don't even think it's going to die that long, since I have a much shorter lifespan than most trolls. So I think I might just be able to make this thing work. You look confused at the last remark, but then again, don't want to be impolite. He holds his hand as to not to bother. I can tell you're not from here, it's okay. Rust Bloods don't live a long time. Blood classes higher than me live progressively longer the higher you go up. Sea dwellers live basically forever. It's kind of crazy and seems unfair, but that's how it is. I'd be jealous of them, but I think I'm not. I'm almost grateful I don't have to make it. I don't have very long to make it in this world. I don't know what I'd do if I had longer. I'm happy to settle in a nice short ride, keep a low profile, taking in some good meat along the way. Nothing is wrong with that life if you ask me. You don't understand, it seems like a tragic story, but if your new friend has made peace with his destiny, you might as well too. You offer a sympathetic shrug and continue your impressive streak of consecutive seconds not looking at his hot dog at all. He smiles again. He seems to be relaxing, gripping the dog a little less tightly. You know, you're good at listening. Not many people understand me at all. A lot of people find my overly possessive attitude towards meaty delights to be strange and off-putting. I've heard this more than once and lost some friends that way. Woo. There's some past personal dramas I do not want to think about, let me tell you. But you're different. Maybe you put me at ease because it's obvious you're even lower than me. No offense, but you are. Drones would vaporize a hornless goof like you, no questions asked. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You laugh it off. You're not scared. You survive wars. You pat your broken ribs and wince. You clutch your sore ribs with your broken arm, which wince even harder because of that. Oh, man. Looks like that arm hurts, huh? I guess it's broken. Let's see what we can do about that. Here, hold this a second. You gingerly take the hot dog with your good arm, being very careful. You hold the hot dog between your fingertips as if it's a priceless, delicate treasure. He takes off his vest and puts it on the ground, then he takes off his shirt, avert your eyes for a moment, then realizes it's silly, nothing particularly indecent about this. You suppose, if he's comfortable, so are you. Shit. He then puts his vest back on, takes the hot dog back from you, and hands you the shirt. Here, make a sling out of it. That should help. He's right, it does help. Your broken arm is a lot more comfortable and secure. This shirt smells like meat, too, so you can't tell if you think that's bonus or if that's weird. You decide it's bonus. This is your new friend, and he loves meat, so do you. I love meat. It's your greatest common interest, in fact. Nice. You know, I think we make a pretty good team. I don't know if I'm ready to officially call you my friend yet, but I may be getting close. You're pushing all the right buttons, man, just being someone who listens and understands. You have no idea how much that means to me. You're so happy to hear this. It makes your heart sing. If you're keeping it totally real, some of these things he's saying are just a little strange. Like, maybe this boy wasn't really socialized properly by his Lucis, I guess. You think that it might be his dad, but then again, you don't dare ask. Not when positive feelings are flowing like this. Why kill the mood? He gets a little closer and swoops a hand through his thick black bangs. For the briefest moments, you clap catch a glimpse of one of his eyes. Regarding you fondly, your heart beats a little faster. He puts a hand on your shoulder. You're starting to wonder if all he's interested in is friendship. You hope that's what he wants. You don't think you're ready for anything more than that. You'd be desperate for a friendship or really companionship of any sort, but then again, it's moving pretty fast for you. But you're too nervous to ask your feelings clear on this. If it goes any farther, you're not sure you'll have the will to protest. Listen, dude. This gorgeous meat product we both admire. I'm thinking, maybe we share it. I think this sounds pretty good, actually. Oh my, yes, that would be so wonderful. You're so hungry, and besides, you're beside yourself with gratitude that Damien is willing to share with you something so precious to him. It really means a lot. Here, I have an idea. Oh no. Oh no. Eat the hot dog with him. Yes, if pressed on it, you agree that the act is uncomfortably erotic. Okay, well, it's good to know. Yes, if pressed on it, you agree the act is uncomfortably erotic, but you have to admit it is a good way to share a food item whilst ensuring it gets split about evenly. You absolutely loathe the idea of letting a friend down, and it completely at odds with your values as a person. You chomp down on the end of your hot dog as he does with his, and simultaneously, holy shit, it's so good. You take another bite and he times his bite perfectly. He's eerily good at this game. It's throwing you off your chewing a bit, which makes you cough a little when you swallow. But you don't feel like you can pause without breaking eating rhythm with him. Might be what a bad friend would do. You keep going without really quite swallowing as you go. You get closer to his face, which is creating an imminent situation you aren't sure how you're going to handle. You haven't planned for it, and it's coming up fast. The hot dog backlog collecting in your throat is getting a bit too heavy, so you try to swallow, but you can't. You gag, cough up all the chewed hot dog matter explosively into his face. Hallelujah. Okay, I was not ready for that. He recoils, absolutely stunned. His bangs are blown back. He's staring at you with wide eyes. Hot dog and bun bits are all over his face. He says nothing for a moment and puts his hand on his throat. Oh fuck, he's choking. He points at his mouth desperately. You need to do something to Heimlich, of course. That's what you need to do to save your friend's life. You get behind him and put your good arm around his belly to form a fist. You plunge the fist into under his rib, trying to dislodge. A friend who may have just tried to trick you into kissing him with a silly hot dog stunt. You're not sure how you will navigate this tricky subject once he's done breathing again, but you'll deal with that later. Right now you need to save a life. You pull your broken arm out of the sling, you grab your other fist in front of his belly and squeeze. You try, but his face is turning, well, not blue, deep red. You guess because his blood is rust-colored. Sure, that makes sense. You yank one more time. Am I gonna fucking kill this kid? A huge gob of chewed hot dog launches out of his mouth like a cannonball. The expulsion creates enough force in the other direction to cause you to actually lift him into the air and accidentally suplex him into the mud behind you. You, in turn, go tumbling over him, and two of you are soon locked into an inseparable pinwheel of interspecies downhill mayhem. You roll and roll and roll the grassy incline towards a nearby neighborhood and towards a street. Luckily, you stop just short of the street. Damien's neck lands right on the sharp edge of the curb. After flipping into the air once or twice, you come right down on his face with your big ass. You hear a crack. Oh fuck, I killed this kid! You hide the body. You see a couple of kids creeping out of the house nearby to see what the commotion is. There's no time. You gotta find a bush or something. Over there. It looks like a little alien bushy thing. It's pretty small, but it'll have to do. Drag a vested, shirtless carcass over to the bush. You dump the body in the bush, and it's really not convincing. It looks like a dead kid was unceremoniously dropped on top of the small bush. In poor attempt to conceal murder, you've got to come up with something better. Wait a minute, someone's standing behind you. Oh, it's this bitch. Don't worry about this little mess you made. I'll take care of it for you. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Nice. Okay. Well, that was good. I'm not going to play this anymore because I don't understand what else I could do. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.